Hey, you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are here to talk about Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the world.
Mm,
We're here to talk about Bonjour. So, what did we think of the first episode?
the double do-rag situation?
No, just answer the question.
It was good. It was good. It was good. It was good.
Baby, this was a great episode.
Yes.
Like, this is a good cast.
Yeah, it's an excellent cast.
This is an excellent cast. I do agree with, the fact that majority of them were on TV just last year.
Hmm.
I'm like, we could have pulled from a little further back, but that's okay. I know from my understanding, a Canadian visa is extremely harder to get. So they were very limited on who they could possibly get into Canada.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay, if it is that much harder to get, like they say it's a lot easier in America. So I'm super excited for US versus the world. So I'm like, okay, maybe we can get more queens from around the world. But yeah, before we get into it, I just want to quickly remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're so close to our goal of 500 subscribers. We're close to our little mini goal of 400 subscribers. So please subscribe to the channel. We
Hmm.
would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. So we are going to get into it. Let me go ahead and share this screen because we got a lot to talk about, honey. So here
Hmm.
we are, Canada's Drag Race. And it is official. The winner of Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the world, will win $100,000. But that's it. Like, usually they get a sickening amount of supply from the beauty mart thing there in Canada.
Hmm.
So I guess Canada was like, no, just in case there's not a Canadian winner, we don't want to have to worry about all that. You know what I'm saying?
International shipping.
Yeah. And I'm like, I guess, but at least there's money, okay? Chingle, chingle.
Jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle. But yes, Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the world. So we're on the main stage. And do you like them entering on the main stage for versus the world?
Um, kind of.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But only for versus the world. Regular seasons and all stars workroom.
Right.
When it's the versus the world,
Except
it be
for, the
huh? What'd you say, honey?
cause didn't they enter for season 7 All Stars?
No. They did in the workroom, but they went to the main stage afterwards to do the part with Naomi.
Okay.
Yeah, they did the regular in the workroom. But yeah, so I like this because this is the stage, the world stage. So yeah, I like that idea. But up first, we had from Canada's Drag Race season 1, Rita Becca. Oops, sorry. What do
Rita
we
Bad
think of
Guy.
Rita's look?
Whoops. It was very green.
Very green, but
Um,
I like it.
I like the fabric at the
I'm gonna say
bottom.
I didn't mind this one bit. I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy this headpiece here, and her makeup has improved from her season, so I was very happy
Yes.
about that.
Yes, yes, yes.
But that's a common thing we see with a lot of the queens. They see themselves and they're like, okay, I know where I
Let's
messed up.
blend this just a little bit more.
You gotta
Get this
remember,
makeup maybe 2 shades darker.
we're on TV lights, TV lights. But anyway,
Mhm.
up next from Canada's Drag Race season 2, Stephanie Prince. I didn't particularly care for this look.
No, it was really basic.
But baby, she walked in like she was hot shit. Talking about she was
Mm,
robbed and she was sent home way too early. And I'm like,
Robbed
honey,
how?
that part, like you were doing good. Like I'm not gonna sit here because I really enjoyed your design challenge because they showed it. That was a good design challenge, honey. But I let's be honest, you were not nobody's front runner. I'm not sure if
Mm-mm.
that's what they were telling you. The other girls were like, "Oh, definitely, you're a big threat." Blah blah blah. But honey, the way they portrayed you on that television show, you did not look like a threat at all.
Nope.
At all. But I'm glad you're here because I love seeing people who went out early. I went on that whole spell on Titans. If you want to see that, you'll see that tomorrow when that goes up. So we're moving onwards to Kendall Gender from season 2 of Canada's Drag Race. What did you think of this slice of Kenny G?
It was good. It seemed slightly elevated. I still think she has a little bit more work to do. Honestly.
I gave her a little bit of grace. Oh, I'm going to read her for her runway. But I gave her a little grace finding out that she was a last minute alternate. Because rumor has it this was the Trinity K. Bonet spot and she pulled out last minute.
Oh, because she got sick.
Oh, no. That was way after when the whole monkeypox thing stepped in. That was way after.
Oh.
But she pulled out. Like, she was in Canada. She quarantined and everything. Literally, like, days before they went in, she was like, nope. And left. So I don't know what happened. But, so she had to come in pretty last minute. So I gave her a little bit of grace, but I'm still going to read her for that outfit later. Look, Rita good. Love you, Ken G. But we're going to read. Up next, the winner of Canada's Drag Race Season 2, Isis Couture. Couture, darling. What do we think of this look?
It's a good look.
She does look good here. She does look good. And I love how everybody was gagged. They're like, really, girl?
You just won.
You just... And I love how Rita was like, hello, your highness. I'm like, yeah.
Right?
Your majesty. Hello, your majesty. I'm like, yeah, recognize the reigning queen, okay?
Right.
She shot this, she was still the reigning queen.
I spent all my money.
I spent all my money. That's why I'm back. I'm like, at least you honest.
Hey, and it was easy to do so.
Yeah, because I know how expensive drag is. So if you just spent it on drag alone, I would have fully understood.
Right? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of that was, okay, let me pay back these loans I took out for last season. Let me pay up these bills that I was behind on. And whatever was left went to new drag.
Yeah.
More specifically, that handed over outfit.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was beautiful. But we said this, and I said this in the Meet the Queens. I don't mind winners coming back and competing again because every other show does it. So why can't Drag Race do it? So I don't mind it. I don't mind if a winner comes back for a Versus the World, an all-winner season, or just a regular season of All Stars. Because to me, that's not going to take away the fact that they won their season. Even if Isis would have went home first this episode, that's not going to take away the fact that she won season 2. You know what I'm saying? To me, people, but she won. I'm like, yeah. And then she didn't win this season. I hope she do. Well, no, I really want Raja to win. But still, like, there's a possibility she's not going to win, and that's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's not going to tarnish her season 2 win, okay? So bring it down, people. Bring it down. Because I promise you, let me get on this television program and I somehow win the whole thing. Y'all gonna be sick of me. Y'all thought Jujubee came back. Shit. All winners, all stars versus the world. Where you want me? Where you want me, honey? I'm coming in that thing. Pew! You just won. I did.
And
I'm back. You can call me you can call me what you want, but I'm gonna be here. They called me, they want me here, I'm here. Then turn around and pop up on the all winners. Hello, weren't you just on Versus the World? Yes.
And I'm a winner, therefore
I'm everybody show. You're gonna be sick of me. You're gonna be sick of me, period. Because even if I get on the show and I don't win, you want me to come back? Okay. You want me to do a Versus the World? Okay. You want me to do another Versus the World? Okay. I'm in that thing. You call me, I will be there.
I'll be there.
Baby, call me the Jackson 5, honey. Because I will walk through that workroom door no matter what the country is, honey. I don't know a lick of Spanish, but let it be Drag Race España versus the world. Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Sitting there looking lost the whole time. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. He said, "My name is Kim Possible. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me."
You baby, call me, beat me. If you need me, baby, I'm there. Where you want me? What country, honey? I
Dun,
have my passport
dun,
ready to be
dun,
stamped.
dun.
Where
Ain't
we
no
going?
mountain high
Where
enough.
we going? Stamp me, honey. Where we going? I go all around the world. I'm gonna go all around the world, baby. Be sick of me, but anyway,
Around the world, around the
I'm gonna be
world.
doing drag all over the world. But anyway, so yeah, I'm happy that Isis is back. Let's just enjoy it for what it is, y'all. For real. That's what that whole piece was just about. Just enjoy it. She
I
wanted to
haven't
come
listened.
back. I can understand if she was being dragged there to compete, but no, she came on her own free will.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
I
just
have listened
enjoy
to
seeing
absolutely
Isis
no
on the
Christmas
TV
music
again.
this year.
Huh?
I said I've listened to absolutely no Christmas music this year.
Oh, honey. I can't say the same.
I know you've been listening since September.
I never stopped. Anyway, from RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under season 1, we have Anita Wiglet.
Yes.
I thought this dress was lovely.
Yes. A
This
little
was
basic,
really cute.
but lovely.
Honestly, she should have wore this on the runway, but I'll be quiet. I'll be
Hmm.
quiet.
Yes.
We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited to see Anita again. Like, for those who watched our Down Under season 1 review, knows how much we loved Anita. And if
Mm-hmm.
anybody needs a robbed title, it's her. Like,
Yes.
I don't throw robbed around a lot. I really don't. Shangela robbed. Anita Wiglet
Shangela Robb.
robbed. Shangela All Stars 3. Let me clarify. Shangela All Stars 3 robbed.
Robbed.
Anita Wiglet Down Under season 1 robbed.
Robbed.
There's a few more, but I don't throw that robbed word around. I truly feel like she went home way before her time. So I'm super
Yes.
excited to see her back. I'm super excited to see her quirkiness. I hate that it's such a short season because I feel like you need a 10 season episode to really 10 episode season to fully get the whole Anita Wiglet experience, but I'll take
Mm-hmm.
6. I'll take 6. All right, up next is Silky Nutmeg Ganache from RuPaul's Drag Race and RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars.
Get it, Queen.
Yes, honey. I love this look.
Yes.
I love every piece of this look, honey.
Her and this royal blue, man.
It looks so good on her.
Yes.
It looks
You,
so good.
you liked a Instagram post that was like she's worn the same color blue for her entrance looks
For all
on
of her
all of the
entrance looks,
seasons
she
that she's
has.
been. The same color blue. This
I
is
think that's something
elevated
I
though.
would do. Like, if I'm gonna keep coming back, honey, it's gonna be the same color
Orange.
I'm walking in with. I walked in with purple the first time. I'm gonna walk in with purple every time after that. So when I walk in, I gotta make sure it's a good color
Mm-hmm.
because I'm gonna keep walking in that color. But yeah,
He said,
Silky, the narrator, Ganache,
yes, the voice.
like my goodness. Oh, I got another one. I had to get the lean,
Hey,
honey. I had to get the lean.
what that is, just yes.
Up next is Raja D. O'Hara from RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. What do we think of this look?
This was a choice, but I love them shoes.
I like this look, actually. I really love this look. I definitely love the shoes. I love that her name is written out. If you notice, every time she walks into the workroom, her name is on her. So I really enjoy that. I really do. And then up next is Vanity Milan from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Series 3. Not a big fan of this wig, but the dress is lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a recycled wig.
I think we did see that on season 3. But yeah, I like sit neck down and the makeup is lovely, but the wig, no. No. But the rest is amazing. And then last but definitely not least is Victoria Scone from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Series 3. Our first AFAB queen.
Yes. And I see what you're talking about when you say feedback.
Huh?
I said, now I know what you're talking about when you say feedback.
Oh, you hear it now? Or have you
Yes.
been hearing it?
I just started hearing it.
Huh. Well, I'll back up a little bit. Like I said, this thing's been acting weird. But anyway, what do we think of Miss Victoria Scone's look?
Classic.
I really enjoyed this. And I love how she came in. I'm fat. I'm like, period. So all the queens are sitting together and just, catching up, well, getting to know each other actually. And they're like, oh, this should be it. There's 9 of us. There was 9 for UK versus the world. But then another silhouette appears.
Mm.
Oh my goodness, is there a 10th queen? What's going on? It's Brooklyn. And Brooklyn announces, that they're going to be competing for a cash prize of $100,000.
Yes.
And that this week that the Maxi Challenge is a girl group challenge.
Ooh.
Where they have to form groups of 3 and perform the
Mm-hmm.
song Bonjour High.
Bonjour.
Now they got to pick their own teams.
Yes.
So the teams ended up being Rita Becca, Anita Wiglet, and Victoria Scone.
All the old souls.
And then we had Kendall Gender, Isis Couture, and Stephanie Prince.
All of the fashion queens. Kind of.
Okay. And then our final group, the Black Girl Magic, we had Silky,
Yes.
Nutmeg, Ganache, Vanity Milan, and Raja D. O'Hara.
All of the hot chocolate.
All of it, darling. All this melanin. And I love how excited Vanity was that Silky and Raja was there.
She's like, I'm not the only chocolate.
I'm not the only one this season. And I can completely understand that because there's been a lot of rooms that I've been in and I was the only Black person.
I'm not the only Black person.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 4 of us.
The previous team I was on, I was not the only Black person, but the team I'm going to, I am the only Black person on the team. Yes, but they're cool people. They're some cool people. But yes, so I understand the excitement. She was super excited. So, are you ready?
Are you ready for it?
So they're in the workroom, and I love Silky right off the jump. She's like, "I'm from America, honey. We got to run and get to our spot first. We can say hi later."
Hey.
Having a good spot is very important, okay?
Hi, hello. My name is Silky Ganache. I'm from America. Bye.
But yeah, I love seeing all the queens getting to know each other. And this moment right here was so cute. When Anita read Silky.
She's like, is it because you're not fit or
So good.
what's with the royal holding of hand?
I don't know what Rita's doing. They're both kind of doing it. Like, name the queen, darling.
I'm gonna do the old lady hold.
But yeah, I thought that, and Silky in the confessional was like, Anita made me feel like a sister. But the one thing is, Anita in the workroom thought that these two would have been stuck up, and she was shocked that they weren't. I'm like, really? I'm like, just from watching them on their seasons, I don't think them would have been the two I would have thought would have been stuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was because they've been. I'm not sure why Anita thought that. I need some explanation on that. But
maybe from their previous season, but from their redemption seasons, definitely not.
Yeah. But I really did enjoy this moment here. I love some good little sisterly reading.
Poor Silky and them shoulders.
And then we got a random message from RuPaul, and then they went right back to what they were doing. I thought Brooklyn was going to come back in at that moment. I'm like, oh, this must be the introduction of Brooklyn coming in to see what's going on with the main challenge. No. They went on back to what they were doing, writing their lyrics to their Bonjour High. Now, we'll talk about the song in a minute. Hold on. They're sitting there, and Vanity had this beautiful moment about, not all Black queens are the same. They are quite different, honey. You should know that. If you can name every skinny twink that's ever walked into the workroom, you can name Vanity, Raja, and Silky.
Yes.
Like, come on. It it's annoying at this point because it happened to me. Oh, a few months back. I was every other black person's name that I work with but mine. I'm like, really? Really? I
Oh
am the
no.
tallest person here. How can you forget me? Like that's what really gets me. Like, for those who don't know, I'm 6'10". I am really tall. I stick out everywhere I go.
Like a thumb.
So it confuses me when people don't remember my name. I'm like, I'm the tallest person you met. How do you not remember my name?
Do I look like a Robert?
But yeah, so I fully understood this moment here. That was Silky's face when the guest walked in. I had to get that. Um so Brooklyn walked in and we are joined by Angelie, a Canadian pop star. She said worldwide, but honey, okay. Um she's worked with Kelly Clarkson, Nicki Minaj, and Lady Gaga. I need to go look to see what she worked with Nicki on.
Hmm.
Like, what you work with Nicki? Because I
Well,
wonder.
she may not have sang. Maybe she might have wrote a chorus or
Yeah, and that's
something.
what I'm saying. Like, they said she worked with them, so I'm like, okay, what type of work did you do with Nicki Minaj? Because I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know. But I will say, Angeline gave some great feedback
Critiques.
here. Oh
Yes.
my goodness, she really went in there and was like, oh well, how about this and how about that, and helping them with this. And I'm like, oh my goodness, she even helped with ad libs and rewrote.
Lyrics and
Yeah. So I was like, you come through. Aha. Uh-huh. She co-wrote The Boys. Oh, that's one of my favorite songs by Nicki too. Mm-hmm. The Boys, for those who don't know, go look it up. The Boys, Nicki Minaj and Cassie. Great song. Okay, because I was looking that up. But yeah, so I really appreciate this moment. I love how Anita and Victoria just had a huge crush on Angeline. I loved it. I loved it. Anita's like, am I a lesbian? And Victoria, I'm gonna tell your partner on you. I'm telling your partner
right,
on you,
right,
honey.
right. I was
I'm
like, wait,
telling it.
because I
I'm
was like, wait,
telling it.
isn't Victoria in a relationship?
I'm telling it.
Um,
But we had our rehearsal moment on the main stage. We coming through. It's elimination day. They're sitting there and they basically discussing how are we going to do the eliminations. Are we going to play fairly? We're going to do it strategically. And I think Rita said it the best. I think initially everybody's going to want to play fair, but
mhm.
friendships is going to come into play eventually.
Right.
Friendships and the fact that ISIS is a winner. Because
That.
as much as I'm okay with ISIS being there, I promise you, if ISIS falls into the bottom at any
Mm-hmm.
time, she's
Mm-hmm.
going home
Mm-hmm.
because that's going to be their justification. She won already.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do the same thing, honey. I love you, sis, but you got to go. And if
Got
I was
to
in
go.
her shoes and I got sent home because I'm a winner, baby, I get it. I knew what I signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what I signed up for. But you know me, I would play strategic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one thing I love about week one. You can just play it off with, oh, I just really thought the other queen did better. When it's week 2 or 3 and, track records start getting put into effect, then you got to get around it and try to justify it. But with week one, I really thought Janet Jack A did better. I did. That's why I sent Lemon home. Mm-hmm. 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 That's why I did it. Mm-hmm. No, goodness, while I'm lying through my teeth. But anyway, so it's time for the main stage, and we have Tracy and Angelie. But mm, mm,
Mm-hmm. Looking like a Barbie doll.
mm,
Mm. I
fellow
saw this on Instagram.
fellow host and main judges, or whatever you want to be called, this is how you do it.
Look, Brooklyn been showing them up every season,
All year.
all year.
all year because she was doing it on Canada season 3. She was doing it on Secret Celebrity, and now she's doing it here.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking
She
amazing.
said, "Grace, elegance. This is why I host."
Yes. But like I said, we're joined by Tracy and Angelique, and I had to get another shot. So before we get started, the song Bonjour High. A lot of people online didn't like the song. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I love the song. I wish it was longer. I wish it was a longer chorus. Keep your eyes on me. Da 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 da. Ba 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 bum bum. Bonjour High. I thought that was cute. I really did. Compared to Bye Flop. No, do we
Oh
remember
God. Bye
Bye
flop.
Flop?
Bye flop.
Bye Flop. Now that was terrible.
What season
That,
was that? An American
that
season?
was season 2 of Canada's Drag Race.
Oh shoot.
And let's not forget the terrible remix choice for Canada season 3.
Oh.
Oh my god, that song was terrible. So terrible. But yeah, I actually enjoyed this Bonjour High. But at first we
Bonjour.
have the group Touche, which is Anita, Rita, and Victoria.
I
What do we
love
think of them as a
Anita's
group
like
first?
leggings, stockings number there.
Mm-hmm. What do we think of them as a group?
It was cute.
They
That
were
it was campy like it was supposed to be.
very campy like it was supposed to be. Um, I really enjoyed it, and I love how their outfits actually work together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, look at y'all. And I'm like, I wonder if like one of the things they told them was like uh, uh
Mint
a
pastel
pastel
moment.
because they all were kind of in that category. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I wonder they were like, okay, we told you to bring a pastel look. It's for now. They're like, okay, girl group time. Use your pastel look.
Mm.
But yeah, I enjoyed. I thought it was funny. What do we think of Anita Wiglet?
Mm. I liked her verse.
Her verse was amazing, just like her verse for Queens Down Under, amazing. But I do agree with her overall performance on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
It started off so strong with the facial expressions, but as her verse kept going, it just kind of went like this,
Yeah.
slowly going down, slowly going down. But the verse was funny. Oh, I cackled at her verse. I'm like, oh, there's Anita. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so excited to see her in Snatch Game next week. I'm so excited. Anyway, up next is Rita Becca. I thought she did an okay job.
Right.
Not a top 2 worthy job.
No.
Just okay.
Just good enough.
I was very confused by her placement this week. But then I saw online, if you remember, the first
Mm-hmm.
episode of Candace Drag Race. Remember that god awful thing she designed
Mm.
in one.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh Lord, are we finna have another season of Rita favoritism? Lord Brooklyn,
Mm.
please don't do this to us. Please don't. Please don't.
Please don't.
Up next is Victoria Scone. What do we think of her?
She was cute.
She was the standout for me.
Yes.
Oh my god. Her verse, probably one of my favorite verses of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a soggy bottom, I'll give you a Augie. Augie, 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 Augie. Oh, oh, I almost fell off my couch when that happened. I'm like, baby, she said Augie, Augie, Augie. Oh,
Oi,
oh.
oi, oi.
I'm like, crown it, crown it. Oh my goodness. That was so funny to me. Like her stage presence is amazing. Her voice,
Is uh
butter.
yes.
Oh, honey, I need to see if you've released a single or something because I need to hear that. Okay. Miss Victoria ate that up, honey. Really did. You should have had the Rita Bad Guy spot, to be
Mm.
in my honest opinion. But they did great. So we're moving on to the Maple She-Rups. And I love how they read Stephanie for that name, but still used it.
Right?
Which is Isis, Kendall, and Stephanie. What do we think of them as a group?
They weren't my favorite.
They weren't. They were my least favorite of the group. They really were.
They like I don't.
And it's not
There
like
was
they
too
were
much
bad.
going
Yeah.
on.
Thank you. Thank you. There was way too much going on in their performance. And it's not like they were bad. It was just compared
No,
to the other two groups, they just weren't up to par with them.
right? Because they were like trying so hard to be something that they did not end up being.
Yeah.
Uh,
So let's
They were they were trying to be something like what the melanated queens were,
yeah.
but they weren't.
So at first we had Kendall Gender. Again, another amazing verse. I'm like, look at you
Mm-hmm.
killing it with these verses.
Her
Now,
performance,
her
though,
performance was not the best. Do I
no,
think it was bottom two worthy? I
no.
don't. I don't. I think somebody else should have been there. We'll get to that a little bit later. Um, but yeah, you could tell she didn't know the routine at certain parts, and she was just a tad bit behind in others.
Mm-hmm.
But the verse was great.
The verse is awesome.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know exactly how long they had to get this together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't think it was bottom two worthy. Did she struggle? Yes.
Yes.
Would she been in that third low position? Yes. Would I
Yes.
put her in the bottom two? No.
No.
Let's move onwards to Isis. Eight.
Yes.
Eight.
Yes.
Eight her team up.
A
I'm
whole
like,
team.
baby, reminded us that she won season two.
Mm-hmm.
Reminded us. And I'm so glad because if you remember, I didn't particularly care for her biflop verse nor her Queen of the North verse. So her
Mm-hmm.
coming in with this one, I'm not sure if somebody wrote it for her because a lot of queens come in with stuff pre-written and then
Mm-hmm.
they
And they
just
just fit it too.
they just fit it too. Um, but either way it goes, best verse that Isis has written. I love the look, giving me the little
Mm-hmm.
Sailor Moon ponytails. I live for those. That's more Chibi Moon since it's pink, but still, I just I really enjoyed Isis. I really did. Like after watching this, I'm like, it's gonna be hard to pick just three to put in the top.
It really freaking is.
But yet they put Rita there. I'm still. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. And then last but definitely not least, Miss Stephanie Prince. I feel like she struggled the most in her group.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Trying to
Um,
choreograph it for whatever reason.
and I just feel like she had too much dip on the chip.
Mm-hmm.
She really did have way too much dip on her chip this whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I get it. You want to come in, give that confidence. You want to come in and be that winner. But baby, you could be confident and not delusional, honey. You were delusional at times.
Oh, the whole episode. I said it.
But yeah, that's them, Isis and the others. So last but definitely not least is SRV with Silky, Raja, and Vanity.
Yeah.
They were my favorite group.
Yes.
My
Hands
favorite
down.
group, hands down. Now I do Victoria's my favorite verse. I'm not going to change my mind on that. But these three right here did an amazing job. Like, look at them. Look at them.
Yes.
Up first, we have Vanity Milan. Loved it. She ate.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, I wish whoever recorded it with her should have been like, "Hey, have more fun with the verse."
Mm-hmm.
Because you could tell it's very serious in here, and everybody else was all fun and campy with it, and here she is very serious with her tone. Like her lyrics were fun, but it was very serious. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wish somebody would be like, "Hey, liven it up a little bit. Have a little bit more fun with it, because you're very serious. While the eight other queens are very fun and campy with their verse.
Mm-hmm.
Work on that tone a little bit." But she still did an amazing job. And then the dancing, as always, top tier.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they threw in the Santana move. I was like, I see that. I saw it. I seen it. I seen it. I did. Up next is Raja D. O'Hara. What do we think of her performance?
Oh, killed
As always. Now, I
always.
will say with her verse,
Mm-hmm.
there was too many words at the beginning.
It was a little fast.
Yeah, at the beginning, like the
And
first like 5, 6 seconds, way too many words. But as it went, she got more of the flow. I was like, okay, she's
mhm.
getting into it now. But at the beginning, she was trying to say too much.
Because it's like this is how you get to know me and who I am, but girl.
Yeah, she had a little bit too much going on. But as it went, I'm like, okay, she's riding the beat a lot better. She got there. She started
Mm-hmm.
off rough, but she got there. Her performance, oh, hands down, great,
Yes.
great, 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 great. And then last but definitely not least, Silky. Hey,
Ooh. She
I
said, "I'm gonna step on your neck just a little bit."
I loved it. I loved every piece of this performance. I love the outfit as well. I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you look
The
really cute.
hair is gorgeous.
Like you look really good in mint, Silky. Um, it's just yeah, this was really good. I have no critiques. Her verse was great. Her performance was great. Like I said, after watching all these performances, I'm like, okay, I can see Victoria in the top. I can see Isis in the top. I can see all three, Silky, Raja, and Vanity in the top. I'm like, how are they gonna pick the three out of these? Because them five really did it. They really did it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
shit, how are we gonna do this?
Hmm.
But it's now time for the runway. The category is Queen of the World. I beg you, other seasons, please do this.
Hmm.
Because I hate having to turn on the subtitles just for that one bit to get the category. Just do this. Do this. It's just a lot easier and it's cute. Up first is Anita Wiglet. What do we
This
think?
this is not the outfit. I don't not
It,
quite sure what she
it
was
doesn't
thinking.
scream Queen of the World.
It does not. It screams
Prom.
pink ruffle realness. I don't know
And I think I would like it more if it would touch the ground.
that part. I would have liked it more if it wasn't see through.
Yeah. And then the makeup was a choice. I'm shocked she went so dark with her face with this fuchsia dress here.
Right.
Like it would have been fun to do maybe like a light color, maybe even a pink lip. And I was like, oh, the makeup is really dark for the dress.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the wig though. I will say I like the wig.
I did not like the wig.
I did. I did like the wig
I
here.
did not like the wig.
I did. But
The
yeah,
wig was a choice.
it just didn't scream queen of the world.
It I don't know what it screamed, but yeah, Queen of the World was not it.
I got a second. Everybody got two screenshots. Okay, up next is Rita Becca. A lot of people was reading this online. I thought this was cute.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No,
Oh.
too many pockets.
There is a lot there. There is. But I really enjoyed this. I did.
I like the little cape thingy, the pink thing. The
Mm-hmm.
yellow dress, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I guess
The makeup is good.
makeup is good. I
The
guess
wig
I'm on
is
my own here.
excellent.
Yeah, I guess I'm on my own here because I do likes it. I do likes it.
You can stay on that island all by yourself,
That is
darling.
okay. That is okay. And I love the hot dog scepter that she has here. I thought that was really cute.
And
Really,
maybe that's what she was trying to be, a hot dog with mustard on top.
maybe. Up next is Victoria Scone. What do we think?
Oh, delicious. I want to eat it up.
Baby, she came out as a scone. I'm like, you bitch.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I love the purple hair.
Yes. Yes.
That's the color I think I'm gonna end up dyeing my hair.
This is everything to me. I really enjoyed this look. This was
Mm-hmm.
so good. Like I love the element of camp she brings to her looks.
Mm-hmm.
It's camp but still fashion, and I really do. Hello, I really do appreciate that. We're moving on to Kendall Gender. Girl, what was this?
I don't know. A last minute choice.
It had to be. It had to be. Listen, I got to be here in 2 days, and this is one of the outfits I didn't have. We got to make this work. I did not like this. I love the color. And I
Right.
love this glitter. Like, I feel like with some more time, this could be something. I wish this
Mm-hmm.
was a full set of pants instead of a capri. If this was a full pant moment, I would have lived.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
would have
If
lived.
If that had been like a full pant moment
Like maybe even a
with
bell bottom
a
pant
full boot,
and
a
like a
knee-high
different
boot.
wig, a bigger wig.
Yeah.
See, it's just those little slight things could take it from what is this to oh my god, this is amazing.
Right.
It's just those small things because I see where she was going, but I'm not sure if she purposely had those made this length.
Or if that was just the width of the fabric they had.
And then if so, I would have chose a boot to cover it. Like I would have
Mm.
got me a knee high or a thigh high. It's just a
Then I wouldn't
just,
have got something with rhinestones on it.
yeah, just little details that really could have just elevated the look because it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see the potential. It's just not good either.
No. Isis said, I'm gonna step on your neck and your throat, and
I
then I'm
feel
gonna
like
take
she's
your
gonna do
left
this to me
kidney
again.
and leave you in an ice bath.
Like, honey, I didn't recover from season 2 when you were on my throat with these runways. I still have a scar from the heel right here.
She said, let me remind you why I am.
I am who I am. Well,
Even the lipstick choice still
everything,
goes.
head to toe, head to toe. Like, just look at this. Just look at it.
Right. I see it. I was gagged. I was gooped. I was like, well, shit.
Honestly, I'm shocked she wasn't in the top for this alone.
Right. But that wouldn't have been fair.
But we'll get to it. Up next is Stephanie Prince. I thought this was beautiful.
I appreciated it for
I
what it was.
appreciate it. I love the story, but I do agree. You can see she was so worried about this falling off. Like she was,
She was dead in the
yeah,
face.
like she was so focused to make sure that didn't fall off. And like I get it, you don't want it to fall, but everything else,
Mm.
just look at it, amazing. I
Look, if
love
it
when
had fell
people
off, I'd
bring.
have caught it and just put it to the side and just walked.
Yeah, I really do appreciate it when people bring tradition and culture to the main stage. So
Mm-hmm.
this amazing, amazing. Vanity Milan. Come on,
She
couch
said.
cushion. I love
I
this.
was thinking more duvet cover.
I love this. Oh, I loved every piece of this.
I loved it
I
too.
even love the gray wig.
That color looks so good on her. The
It
only problem
does.
I had was the highlight on the makeup.
Oh, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all.
I did. But other than that, like yes, that whole thing, it was a vibe.
It really was. Up next is Raja O'Hara. Yes, ma'am.
She said, "Let me give you purple royal
This is
realness."
how you do the pants.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Talk about elevating.
Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Like I love this. Hold on, let me go back. I love no, it's better on the other one. I love this wig. Like this wig is really everything I need in my life.
Mm-hmm.
The makeup, I love the puffy shoulders. Like
Mm-hmm.
this all just works for me. This just
It's just right.
it is.
It's correct, as some queens would
As
say.
somebody's daughter would say. It's correct.
Yes, it's correct.
Up next is
She just said, "I'ma just stomp on you. I'm not gonna step on your neck. I'm not. No, I'm just run you over with elephants." Talk about an elevation. Talk about a whole just like evolution of style and drag on Drag Race specifically.
yeah, I was watching
Like,
this interview and she said she spent a pretty penny on this season. And honey, you can see it.
mm-hmm,
This
because
is
that fabric
gorgeous.
right there,
This
that
is
has got to be
elevated.
like at least $50 a yard of fabric, and there has to be at least 10 yards there.
This is probably my favorite Silky look ever.
Yes.
Like, so good, so good. But we have our
I loved the black and the black into the couch cover
yes.
fabric, just, and it, like, by itself without it being rhinestone, it would look like a couch. With the rhinestones, you're like, oh, okay.
I think even without the rhinestones, I still would have loved. But the rhinestones help it pop.
Yes, I live. That's my favorite. You ain't even gotta ask.
Well, I agree. Silky. Ooh. Ooh.
My only other caveat would be Victoria Scone. It's a close second.
For me, Isis is a close second. Mm,
So then
mm,
it's like Silky, Isis, Victoria, Raja.
mm. I'm torn in between the two of Silky and I'm gonna go with Isis since you went with Silky, so that we could have two of the best looks of the week because I
Right?
just love them both so much. They're both so great.
I can take or leave Isis. I love you, but I can take or leave it. Silky, I'm a recent fan because I was not a fan of you your season.
But
But
yeah,
you have totally, completely redeemed yourself.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed. This was a good runway. This was really good
Yes.
runway. The
And
only
I
one that
love,
really missed the ball for me was Kendall and Anita. The rest worked.
they understood the assignment.
They did. So we find out these are our tops and bottoms with Raja, Vanity, and Rita in the top, Anita, Kendall, and Stephanie in the bottom. Do you agree with the top and bottom placements?
I, yeah, for the most part.
I do not. So
Switch some folks.
that's what I'm finna do. I think Kendall. I think the bottom three is correct.
Right.
That part. We'll get into the bottom two a little bit later. I don't think Rita should be in the top three.
No.
It should have went to Isis, Silky, or Victoria.
Yes.
Any of them three would have been a great replacement for Rita. I think she did a good job, but I don't think she did top three, let alone top two of a good job. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would have switched up. Me personally, I think I would have put Victoria there and probably switched out Raja for Silky and made Raja safe. Yeah, I would have had Silky and Victoria up there with Vanity.
Yeah.
And had Raja safe this week. Yeah, I think that's how I would have done it. I would have done it. But we find out that our top two global phenomenons of the week is Vanity Milan and Rita Becca.
Yeah.
Based on our previous conversation, we don't agree with Rita being here. Like, she did a great job, but like not top two worthy.
No.
Victoria or Silky should have been up here with her. And that's just what it is. But we find out the bottom two is Kendall and Stephanie. Do we agree with that bottom two placement?
No.
I think Anita should have been in the bottom.
That part.
I think Anita switched out with Kendall.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think it should have been Stephanie and Anita this week. Me personally.
Yes. I agree.
So we go back into the workroom and everybody's deliberating, and Vanity once again brings up the love that she felt from Silky and Raja. They congratulate Rita on her win, and then Silky has this moment, which was just a beautiful moment of just her being seen. And that's not always something we get as a Black person. We don't often feel seen.
Right.
And it was just a beautiful moment to see Silky still be so humble after all the success that she had with All Star 6.
Right.
People could have took that straight to their head. And I love that she was just humbled enough to appreciate the opportunities that are still coming to her, because they couldn't be coming. They couldn't be coming. So yeah, I really enjoyed that moment. So they sit down, they have their little chit chats, and I wanted to talk about these. These are ugly.
They are.
And when the lights, we'll get to it a little bit later. I like that they tried to switch it up with the gold. I'm like, okay, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't, it did.
You don't read the same way the black lipsticks do.
But I'll show you on the main stage what my biggest issue was. So it's time for the top two lip sync. Now, when they announced it was Brand New Bitch by Angelique, I'm like, well, obviously I don't know her, so I don't know her music.
Mm-hmm.
This song started playing. I'm like, oh, that's her? Because I knew the song. I'm like, I just didn't know it was her. I started singing along. I'm like, wait a minute. So I have to go add it to the playlist
I knew you did.
because I used to bump this back in college.
Hey.
You know, back then with your iPods and your MP3 players, you know, they really didn't have the name as an artist. It just was Brand New Bitch in my iPod. As you know, I downloaded from LimeWire. And the thing is, it was an accidental download. I forget what I was actually going for. But I'm like, oh, this is cute. I like
I'm a
this.
boss that me.
I'm like, I'm gonna keep this. So I didn't realize this was her. So I was like, okay, I know this song. So I had to go add it to the playlist. I did. I
Mm-hmm.
did. But what do we think of this lip sync?
Vanity 8.
She did.
I don't know what Rita was doing. I think she was trying to be campy.
Towards the beginning, I didn't fully get what Rita was doing. But by the end, I was howling at Rita. Oh, I'm like, you didn't win, honey, because you know Vanity ate you up. But that last like minute,
Right after she took the Chanel suit off.
yeah, after she took that off, you see her taking it off back there now. That's when she
Mm-hmm.
really came alive. That was so much fun. And baby, this little moment here, and look at Silky's face. I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. Hold on, I got the third one too. Everybody is living.
Like, oh my God.
But yeah, now from here on, this is where Rita really kicked it into gear.
Mm.
I thought this was hilarious from here to the end. But Vanity, you waited too long because Vanity ate you up, honey.
Okay.
If you would have
You was
started
too
that at the
lost in the
beginning,
vanity sauce by then.
yeah, if you would have started at the beginning, you might have had more of a chance. Because, you know, we love a good comedy lip sync. But you waited
Mm.
too long, honey. You waited too long. You did. But this moment
Mm.
almost took me out. I'm like, Rita. Oh, it was too funny. Yeah. Like,
Ooh, look at Vanity with the padding.
correct.
Dog.
Um, howling at, and then I love how she even got involved with it at the end. She's like, baby, let me get on down here with you, honey.
Mm.
And this end moment right here, I live. This pose is everything.
Mm. She has an excellent tattoo artist.
Oh my, for real. Like, look at that.
Look at the detail on that.
Just so good. But yeah, they make their head nodding decision. It kills me. I would rather y'all just hand a blank piece of paper to each other like y'all did season one, okay?
Right. Did they have screens up at all during last season?
No. Season two they did, but season three they didn't.
I love how they took theirs down.
Well, you know, Canada didn't stay locked down as long as we did because, you know, they did what they were supposed to do up there for the most part.
You're right.
They handled it better than we did.
Well, they didn't have like a total and complete.
We know. So they announced that the winner is Vanity Milan. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
I do as well. And then this is her face when she realized she won $10,000.
She's like, wait, I got money?
Me? Like, wait,
Wait,
you get money here?
you got
Like I
money
knew
here?
it was 100 at the end, but I got 10,000 for this.
Bet. Let
And
me dance again.
Brooklyn's like, yeah, you won 10,000.
Hey, get down.
She's like, hey, I love what she said where the money resides. I'm like, yes, honey, come on over here to Canada and get you some money. And I found out recently when it comes to prizes in Canada, they don't tax people unless you're not from Canada. So like Giselle, Isis, and Priyanka, they got $100,000 flat.
Hey.
But like, say if somebody non-Canadian wins this season, then they'll have to pay taxes on it. But if you are Canadian, you get straight up that amount. So we have our bottom two here. Vanity made her decision and she chose Kendall. Now, here's my thing. I'm not sure if this is a different lipstick, but when you looked at the lipstick in the box, this was gold. Why is it
Right.
purple here?
Right. I was
Like, if
wondering
this
that
was still
too.
gold right here, then I would be okay. I'm not sure if they made it purple because maybe they didn't think the gold read well,
And it didn't.
but it's just, yeah, I didn't particularly care for this. So, do you agree with Vanity's decision to send Kendall home?
No.
Oh, who would you send home?
I'd have sent home the other one.
Huh?
I said I would have sent home Prince.
Stephanie. Okay. Here's my thing. I was looking at this of two minds. If you're going to be fair, based off of the critiques, they didn't like her performance. They did not like her runway.
Okay.
But with Stephanie, they didn't like her performance, but they loved her runway.
Okay.
So looking at it through that eyes, the fair decision would have been
Been
Kendall.
to send Kendall home, yeah.
But that, and to me, in my eyes, that's also the most strategic call as well, because we know Kendall, we know what Kendall can do.
Right.
She is a finalist from her original season.
Right. She was top 3.
Yeah. So it's also pretty strategic. Let's go ahead and get Kendall out now. I would have chose Kendall as well, but it would have been more of a strategic move. And then I would have came back in the workroom. Stephanie, I just thought you did so much better. No, I was sending home the stronger person. I just don't want y'all to know that. So yeah, I still would have chose Kendall. But you know, you like to play it fair, so I guess you choosing Stephanie, whatever. But I would have chose Kendall. But unfortunately, Miss Kendall went home, and I hate that. I was really excited to see what Kendall was going to bring.
Same.
Honestly, when I saw the cast, I really thought Stephanie was going to go home first.
Facts.
I'm like looking at all the cast. I'm like, ooh, did they cast Stephanie to go home first? Because they do cast people to go home first.
But considering what you said, that Kendall was like a last minute replacement, I can understand her going home first.
Yeah, I hate it though. But she wrote her message and she is gone. And this, you know, this is the second season of Versus the World. And on both seasons, a Canadian went home first. We had Lemon and now Kendall Gender.
Right.
So if it is true that it's US versus the world, if you're a Canadian queen, honey, you better come in top tier ready to go.
Yep.
So you can break this curse, honey. Right now it's a curse. A Canadian queen goes home on the first episode of Versus the World. So next week they'll be doing Snatch Game Summit, which I am intrigued by.
Right.
I hope they do it well. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm intrigued on how we're gonna do this. I love that they're trying to switch up the Snatch Game. You know, because remember they did the Family Feud style for UK versus the world. So it's just like, okay, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna watch. We'll see. We'll see. And then the Prime Minister Justin's gonna be in the workroom next week, and Priyanka is gonna be on the judging panel. I think that's shady. They having Priyanka judge the Snatch Game. No, goodness, well, she bombed it.
So did Brooklyn.
Okay, she's the host. She has to. She has to. They choose which episodes they want to guest judge. They could have chose. Honestly, they could have Priyanka for this episode. I think that would have been great having Priyanka there for the premiere.
This will be Priyanka's second time on there as a judge, I believe.
No, she wasn't a judge last season. It was Jimbo and Vanessa. And then the season before, she only made an appearance. So it's her first time on the judging panel. But yeah, that's Canada versus the world, honey. So, you know what time it is.
Oh shoot, I don't have my third.
Oh no, it's the top four. You know, they did a top four for UK versus the world. So we're gonna do a top four for Canada versus the world. So, LaCresha, who will be making it to the finale of Canada's Drag Race? Canada versus the world.
Hmm. Okay, I know I have Raja,
Mm-hmm.
Victoria Scone,
Victoria, okay.
Isis.
Isis. Your final one?
Mm,
Mm.
mm,
Who's it going to be?
Silky.
Silky, okay. I'm Big Silk and I came to rock. Let us know down in the comments below who is your top four for the season. Now, unfortunately, this is the season that I cannot participate because I do know who the top four is. Thank you, Twitter, for ruining that months ago. Months ago. I think it was like right after they finished rapping, and I was scrolling through,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Oh my god, guess what?" And I'm like, "What?" So I click on the picture, and it stated who the top four was. I'm like, "Ah, get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!" There was more to it, but I saw who the top four was, so therefore I can't participate. So this gives you and Steph a chance to try to catch up to me. You can try.
You can try.
You can try. You still haven't sent
Based off
me.
your facial expressions, I've picked none of those.
Let me see. I'm not gonna tell you. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. I ain't gonna tell you, but okay, I see. I see. But you still haven't sent me your Italy top four, ma'am.
That's because I haven't been watching.
You know we base it off the first episode, so you need to send that to me immediately.
I don't even
Well, honey, you should watch real quick with Drag Race Italy. We're not gonna go too much detail. There is improvement from season one. The
Okay.
only thing is now the whoever's in charge of the music production on the show,
Mm-hmm.
like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
The subtitle.
Is it another situation where like they don't have clearance like Paris?
Oh no, no, no! Like, you remember in the first episode when La Petite walked in to no music, and you heard
Mm.
the stomping. Like, it's similar things like that. I'm like, these things shouldn't be happening. Also the judging,
Questionable.
still, like, girl, I'm ready for Priscilla to go. I'm ready for Priscilla to go. And then the 1 week where somebody really should have got some praise, they didn't even have any high placements for that week. They just had the winner and three people in the bottom because, you know, for some ungodly reason, they don't do three tops, three bottoms. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was 1 week I really wanted to hear this queen get some positive critiques because they haven't got any up to that point. And they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna have the winner and three bottoms. That's it." What do you mean,
Wow.
dummies? But anyway, yeah, the judging is still. What are y'all doing?
Questionable.
What the hell are y'all doing? And we have another. You know how last season we got a win because, oh, you were the most improved. This week it wasn't the most improved, but it's still not this week, but this season it wasn't that she was the most improved. It was because she was something else, even though it was clearly somebody else should have won. I'm like, so
Mm,
we're doing this again. Okay.
yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. The judging, really. But the queens are amazing. And the looks this season, oh, baby, they not playing on that runway. They not.
Mm-mm.
They not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They not. But anyway, let's go ahead and get up out of here because it is 9 o'clock and I still haven't ate dinner. So it's gonna be a late night for me. Um, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CreshaMcGill on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Me.